Hello and welcome back to Grid Talk, hosted by me, Alesya and the Paddock. I know I've been away for a little bit. I had some personal things going on for a very long time. But I'm back now and I have a lot of exciting plans and I can't wait to share them with you all. Today we have a member of the Paddock joining us and we are just gonna chat and get to know each other. And she'll be joining us in a little bit. Her name is Imra, and I'll let her tell you guys the rest.
Hi, my name is Imra. I am primarily a Formula One content creator based in India, but I am also a law student, and I am just super happy to be a part of this wonderful creation that is the Paddock because I firmly believe that we are going to create a huge impact in what the fandom is these days. So, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for joining. And hopefully we can make a huge difference very soon.
Yes.
How'd you get into F1?
So it's actually a very funny story to be precise. It was during the 2024 season. It was my first ever Formula One season. But turns out Carlos Sainz was a person who was getting his appendix taken out, which for some reason was all that was in my For You page on Instagram. And I was like, okay, so who is this guy? What does he do? And what is an appendix? Because clearly I didn't know either of those things. Right. And up until that point, I had no idea what Formula One is, which is even upsetting because I grew up in Dubai. I spent the first 16 years of my life as a child and a teen in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. There was a Formula One Grand Prix happening less than 2 hours away from where I live, and I had no idea what the thing is. Right. So you have to imagine my disappointment now, how it feels to be a fangirl and not have, like it's such a huge missed opportunity. But flashbacks to 2024. Basically, Carlos Sainz is getting his appendix taken out, and all that was on my For You page is how Oliver Behrman is substituting him, blah, 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 Ferrari, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, so I need to know why everyone is obsessing over him and his extremely gorgeous hair. Like, what is going on? So I tune in to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix without zero knowledge. Like I have no idea, like anything. I don't know what the tires are. I don't know how many teams there are. All I know is there's two people currently on the grid, which also, by the way, was wrong because neither of them were on the grid at the same time. Ollie and Carlos weren't racing at the same time. I knew that they existed, and there is a team called Ferrari. It's been into cars for some reason because again I think being growing up in Dubai had a major impact on that because like show business and glamour blah blah blah. So I knew what Ferrari was for some thankfully god reason, and I tuned into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and I was like, okay, so I basically got sucked in. This is a world that I was not aware of until this point, but clearly something that was missing from my life. And fast forward to now, I am obsessed and like I'm trying to get everybody around me into the fandom. Yeah.
That happened to me too. I started trying to get my friends into F1 and they really weren't interested, but
Yeah,
they tolerate it.
I mean, you can't really blame them because you have to spend so much time and effort. And especially for me, because I'm from the subcontinent region, the hours are crazy. Because the race weekend usually is like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? And that works out when you are in majority of the other countries. But when the races are happening in the European region or the American region for you, for me, the races are on Monday morning. So at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. on Monday morning when I have classes on Monday morning. So it's kind of hectic. And so like you can't really sell the idea to your friend who's already, stressed out of their life happenings, telling them, let's do a thing. Why don't we watch 22 rich men going around in different circuits and ruin our weekends?
That's and not really a selling point. Too. I can't quite sell my friends on F1. But I'm making good new friends in F1. So yes, that's very nice.
Like, I guess that's what the community is clearly for, because I've met so many good friends and so many good people through the connections. Like I think one of our members, Roshni, she's like the basic carbon copy of me. We had no idea who we were before this, but she's a law student. She's into One Direction. She's into Taylor Swift. She's into Formula One. We are basically the exact same person, and it's because of this F1 community that we were able to, meet each other and build that sort of a connection that we have.
That's really cool. Yeah, so we have you and Roshni, who are from a similar area,
Yes.
doing very similar things. And then I have Hannah and Kaylee are relatively close to each other. They actually, I don't know if they met. I think they did. They knew each other online beforehand, and then they met
Oh,
at a Tate McRae concert. And Janella's in the UK, but she's connected to someone else I know. So I'm like, all like, it's
we're
really a
all connected
small
in some sort
world,
of way. Yeah.
but it's like we're spread out all over the
Yeah.
globe, which is crazy.
Crazy. I think that's kind of what like Formula One is about because 24 races in every part of the world. And there used to be races in India as well up until 2012. It was like our taxes, and the government decided it was a luxury sport, which is why they left. But there are efforts to bring F1 back. So that is
Yeah.
something that I'm really looking forward to because, like I said, I missed my opportunity when I had the chance to attend the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But hey, fingers crossed, maybe this and our paddock is what gets me back into
Hopefully.
Dubai and F1. So fingers
Yeah.
crossed, works out for everybody.
Yeah. Uh, what's like your dream race if you could attend with all bells and whistles included? What's your dream race?
I guess the answer is pretty obvious. I will say the Yas Marina circuit is just, I think it's because of that emotional attachment that I have, and also it's the finale. So basically, you can't tell what happens, right?
Yeah.
Take 2021, for example. The people who bought those tickets were so golden lucky. Like, you were able to witness one of the most pinnacle of motorsports ever. So it's probably that. Or maybe like places like, again, like Monaco, it's happening this week. That
Yeah.
I think Monaco is purely for the glitz and glamour. Monaco has always been a country that I've wanted to go to,
Yeah.
but Baku or like Brazil when it's raining, those are good places to visit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix is forever my yellow person. If it's the one that got away.
Yes, yeah. For me, it would be Singapore.
Oh, that's
I love the vibe of Singapore. And I think probably Monaco and Abu Dhabi as well.
great races. Yeah,
Yeah.
Singapore is a great race. Actually, the circuit is giving us so many, drama.
Mm. What's your favorite? Well, do you have a favorite? And who is it?
Well, Carlos Sainz is the driver that I thought was my absolute favorite. But there's a saying that goes around in our community. It's kind of like Harry Potter. We don't choose our favorite driver, our favorite driver chooses us. So the driver I chose was Carlos Sainz, but the driver who chose me was Max Verstappen. So
Okay.
I don't know what that reads.
I
But
love Max
yeah,
Verstappen.
I mean, I wouldn't ask who doesn't because there are clearly a lot of people in my comment section who are clearly upset with so many different things that happened, calling
Yeah.
me very different names, creative, colorful terms. But hey, that's part of being a creator online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I started watching in 2023,
Oh.
so the way I got into F1 was um I don't know if you know her, Madeline White.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
like
think
she's a fashion influencer. Her husband is, oh my gosh, what's his name? Andrew Fedek.
no, I have no
He's
idea.
part of Loud
Eleven.
Factory.
Oh, okay, that I've heard.
Yeah. So she had started like posting about, and actually I think it was like in 2022 when um the Vegas Grand Prix was going on,
Mhm.
and she had started posting videos that are like, unlike all the other influencers, I am a true F1 fan. And
Oh.
um so then like she started posting it more and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. What is it?" And then I started like I'm very much like I love glitz and glamour and F1 is can be very much that. So then I started looking into it and she's a Ferrari fan and a
Oh,
Charles Leclerc fan. So I was like, "Oh, what's Ferrari?" So I started I the first race I watched was Zandvoort and
oh,
I was full Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, and Ferrari. And then I think towards the end of 2024, I was like, who are these McLaren people? Like, so I would say I
it's so
chose
fine.
Charles Leclerc, and then Lando Norris chose me. So
Oh,
yeah, that's my little F1 journey. So
that's
yeah,
a that's a that's a different timeline.
it
Completely
is.
different. But
Yeah,
it's great. I think that's what makes it so special. Like we're building our own different thing that is
yeah.
so different from everybody else's. Because like there are so many sports out there, and there are so many like fangirls out there as well. But I think the community or what we have is completely different from everybody else's. Like even football per se, like the World Cup is
Mhm.
happening soon. Like I don't know exactly how to pinpoint my finger at it, but there's something different about Formula One that makes it Formula One.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's the fact that you can support part of it is you can support one driver or the other for per team. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
whereas like with football or something, you're kind of supporting the entire team. You might have a favorite, but the in a team like soccer or football, for us we call what you
Yeah,
guys
it's
probably
fine.
call football, we call it soccer.
Soccer, yeah.
Um, American logic. Um, but you're not the team members aren't competing against each other. They're
Yeah.
competing as a team. Whereas with Formula One, even though you're in the team, you're competing against your teammates.
Each other, yes.
Yeah.
And they
So,
just serves like there are so many different aspects of it that
mhm.
fits so many different people. Like I want to get into Formula One, but I have a law background, I can do that. You want to get into Formula One, you have like I forgot what kind of background. You were fashion major, right, if I was correct?
No, I used to be a fashion major and then I switched, but it's communication arts.
Oh yes. Okay. So whether it is your communication acts or fashion, like in even engineering background, because like a lot of these different sports, you need to be from a specific group to get into it. But I think one of the plus points about Formula One is that it doesn't matter what you come from, as long as you have a certain set of skills, you
Yeah.
can make it into it. Obviously, we haven't. We will. Delusional here, but
Yeah.
believing in the power of manifestation, we will make it. But there are people from so many different backgrounds who have made it into it. So that's really something extremely like nice to see as well. I think that's what brings us together.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Like, have you ever been to a Grand Prix before? I don't know if I've asked that before.
no,
Okay.
I haven't. I want to so bad, but I kind of this is so stupid, but I kind of want to get the paddock established and like in mainstream so that some my favorite team will invite me.
That is not being stupid. That is called being delusional, which, by the way, I firmly believe in. I've been delusional since day one, and every single thing. If I had like 100 dreams that I wanted to achieve in life, and say I've done about 50% of it, around 45 of them, I did it because I was delusional.
Yeah.
The sheer audacity that I have as a human being
Mhm.
is unmatched. You would believe I'm insane. I should be sent to an asylum because of how delusional I am. But
Yeah.
like, I just believe in something and I'm like, you know what? I'm so good. The
Yeah.
narcissism in me is peak. I have literally transformed into a Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
When he was doing great, I was doing great, and then when he's in a downfall right now, I'm in a downfall right now.
Yeah.
That's a door that I don't want to open. But we're not stupid. We're delusional, and we're gonna do it. We
Is
have
it
a vision,
illusion though,
we
or
have a
is it
dream,
just
and we're gonna do it.
manifestation?
Yes,
It's
exactly.
manifestation.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else? Let's see. Oh, should we talk about women in F1?
Yes, we should. Something that everybody needs to be talking about. You'd think that with the amount of rising F1 girlies or F1 content creators out there, that the hate that we get is, nowhere. But that is not the case. Like I said, because I think I started creating Formula One content properly in October of last year. So
Mhm.
up until that point, my Instagram page was like a lifestyle kind of thingy, and I was doing songs, art. It was like basically like a brain dump kind of page. It was in October that I stuck to Formula One. I had like a reel about the Cars movie. Like it was one of my favorite movies growing up, my comfort movie. So it was a reel about that and F1 intermixed with each other that went viral basically. So I hit like 1 million views in less than a week. And I was like, okay, so maybe this is my calling. Like up
Yeah,
until that point, searching for a niche, but that is what I was supposed to do. And since then, I've been creating content daily. I've been uploading at least like 2 videos or posts, whatever it is, per day.
Mhm.
But the response that I've been getting, obviously, the hate is not from women. It's
Yeah,
clear it's clear that it's again, like there are so many men who are supportive and who really don't care
yeah,
that you're doing this, but there are also so many of them who are offended with the fact that me as a woman or as a girl exists. And for me personally, it's much harder because I am a brown person from India who's also a Muslim. So the hate
yeah,
that I get is quoted, and it's so creative sometimes. Sometimes you look at your DMs and you go, wow, how did this person come up with this?
yeah,
Sometimes you just have to appreciate the creativity that this
yeah,
individual had. Because
yeah.
how did you come up with that? But I think one of the main comments that I get is you're into Formula One because the drivers are cute, they're hot. That is why you watch Formula One. Yes, obviously, that is why I wake up at 3 and 4 a.m. on weekdays to see 22 helmets. You can't even see their faces when they're in the car.
Yeah,
I'm seeing
it's
helmets
their body.
zooming past me. You do
Yeah,
you really think I'm that like so into myself that I'm doing that?
yeah.
And at some point you just give up, like you're like, you know what, block, move on with your
Mhm.
life. But it's nice to know that people like me and you were trying to bring Formula One into the more like an acceptable part.
Yeah,
Because I think one of the main things, like with my content specifically, what I've been trying to do is incorporate both of them equally. So a lot of pages that I've been following before, it's either one or the other. So
yeah,
either you're a girly girl or you're like a guy girl, like you're not into the feminine stuff. Like
yeah,
why? Since when have we been, bound to walls? We have the audacity to do everything. Like why do we have to stop? So I think that's something that I've been trying to push with my content. So it is definitely much harder than sticking to one side,
yeah,
because I'm trying to cater to everybody involved without, offending people. But again, there's nothing I can do about it. The internet is a weird place, and
yeah,
I am offending everybody left and right.
yeah,
But like I said, I have a vision, and I am trying to spread that vision with help of lovely other creators like you.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like I just don't follow them, and maybe my algorithm isn't like set up to see male content creators in F1, but the majority of the content creators I see are women. And
Yes.
a lot of times they have 10 times more passion than
Mhm.
the men.
Yes.
And like the my usual response to guys saying like, oh, you just watch F1 because the guys are hot. Like, okay, but you're noticing too, so what's that say about you? Clearly you think they're hot. So who's watching for hotness now? But
No, I
yeah.
think there was you're giving me deja vu because I uploaded a reel. It was something I don't remember exactly what the content of it was, but
Mhm.
again, a clearly upset guy. In my comments, he was like, "Yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. You're only watching this because Charlie Claire is hot." And before I had the opportunity to reply that, somebody, another beautiful F1 girlie, replied to that like, "So, bestie, let me get this straight. You think Charlie Claire is hot? What does that tell about you?" The
Yeah.
guy disappeared off the face of the planet. I didn't even have to reply to it. I just pinned it and moved
The
on with my
girls have
day.
got you. Yeah.
Yes, they've
Yeah.
got my back.
They do. Yes. I think there's like two insults that people use. Um, and it's like old. It's like find a new insult. Like, so, but I'm happy to like, I think there's so much room for women in F1, and I honestly think that there's more room for women in F1 than men because it's really being taken over by so many women.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Do you watch the F1 Academy races?
Right now, not religiously as I
Mm-mm.
watch in F1 because, like I said, my time schedules get pretty messed up because
Yeah.
unlike the, American or the Western education system, ours is completely different. We still follow, like I'm in uni right now, but we still follow an elementary school style thing. So we have classes from this set of time, we have classes from 9 till like 4 in the evening. We can't choose which classes goes where. We have a set period of break, and we are
Wow.
forced into like, yeah, because the output that we desire, like the
Yeah.
Indian government or society desires from us, is completely different. So you're
Yeah.
either like a doctor or an engineer. Those are the basic mainstream career choices that you have. Anything else out of that, like even a lawyer is somewhat pretty good, but it's not as great as being a
Yeah.
doctor from where
Yeah.
I'm from. But so the education system is mainly focused on lumping things up, like just reading things and getting it inside your head and spitting it out exactly as it is onto the exam papers. It's not about testing your skills, or because I have friends who learned with me here or in Dubai who are in like European countries at the moment. And sometimes I get so jealous of their classes because he'll be like, one of my friends, he'll be texting, he's in Latvia. So he'll be texting me and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm in class. What about you? I'm sitting at home. My classes got over like 2 hours ago. What are you doing? I'm like, let's not go there.
Yeah.
But
I
so
never
clearly, my
realized. I
time
never
schedule
knew
is
that.
completely packed. So I do follow like their Instagram profiles because, like I said, I'm trying to support them as much as I can. But I
Yeah.
do not have any more time or effort in me
Yeah.
to follow up with another set of sports.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been trying to get into it more. Um, like you, I haven't had any time to like watch more. I hadn't even watched the last two F1 races. Um, so I caught up on them now. So I'm gonna try to catch up on, have there been F1 Academy races in the past in the past month?
No, I think the last thing that happened was Dorian, raising the Lewis's car. That was, I think, the
Oh,
most
I did see that
that.
or heard of it. I didn't watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I know, me neither. But
Yeah.
clearly, like I said, trying to support them. So I'm
Yeah.
just showing up everywhere, liking it, resharing it, stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Susie, on the other hand, is someone who, I've been like, I think I've been obsessed with her since the beginning of my F1 journey because absolute boss. Like me
Yes.
personally, I've never really had like a role model per se, because growing up, like that's a question that I used to get a lot, like whether it was in like a social gathering or like in a school event, who's your role model? And I'm like, nobody's really inspiring me that much, per
Yeah.
se. But Susie Wolf is somebody who's worthy enough to call like your role model without batting an eye. What she's been doing the past few years has created such a huge impact for people like you and me, and for so many other women getting into F1 and the racing industry as itself, even if she's not directly connected to like the other sport, like the racing events. Her presence or the message that she's trying to put out, it's
Yeah.
clearly having an indirect impact on how women are seen or treated, even if it's not with the local community. The people who actually matter, like the people in high management or whatnot, they
Yeah.
clearly have noticed, that shift that she has brought into the community. So, like,
Yeah.
kudos to her.
Yeah.
We need more people like her.
She's a real trailblazer,
Yes.
and she did a good job on getting the glass ceiling to get a little weaker and
Yeah.
break. So, yeah, I for like for other podcasts because I'm gonna be doing the Birth of F1 every 2 weeks.
Hmm.
And then in between, I want to do like other episodes. So I'd love to like do a deep dive into Susie's life
Yeah,
and her career.
that
Um,
would be great.
yeah. So got a lot to a lot of thinking.
Lot on your plate.
Yes. But I'm excited to be coming back and doing this stuff. I'm so sorry you joined and then I was like, bye. And I just disappeared. Um, but I
No, I get.
appreciate everyone sticking around and staying
No,
because
because you clearly, you didn't create this community because you just wanted to. You had like a vision, and I love people like with visions like that. Like
yeah,
me personally, I don't know you well enough now. Hopefully, we will grow more
we
together
will.
because I've
Yeah,
just known you for the past few days since I've joined, and like you said, you disappeared.
I did.
But for me, like my entire life, I've admired people with like a passion for something, and
Yeah,
the greater or the funnier or the delusional that passion is, the more that I like that person, because you
yeah,
need to have a certain amount of willpower and a certain amount of audacity in order to stick to something like that. So you created something that you wanted to change the world, which is, and we got on board with that because that idea that you had is clearly something that is great, quite frankly speaking. I'm not glazing our
yeah,
community, but
yeah.
even if it was not us, if it was somebody else who had found this,
Mhm.
that the idea that we have right now is something that definitely can take the world by storm. So I think that is why clearly we all stuck
Yeah.
around during
Well,
your
I
unfortunate
appreciate
disappearance.
I appreciate that a lot. Yeah.
No, and hope everything is okay on your end and hope you're doing well.
Yeah. Everything's going back to normal. You know, my mom had moved to my grandparents and um had been living there, and so I had to like take over a lot of the stuff. You never realize how much your mom does until you have to step into her shoes and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like
No, yeah,
so but my mom's home now. My grandparents are at peace and everything's calming down a little bit. So I'm excited to get back into what I really want to do and
and
yeah, and get to know
we're so
everyone
glad to
more.
have you
And
back.
yeah, yeah. So, well, we should probably wrap up this session pretty soon. Thank you very much for joining, and um, I look forward to creating and working with you more. And it was really great to chat and get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me. Again, this is a great experience, one of my first doing this.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're doing this to make a difference is truly inspiring. And I really like, I'm loving your vibe. I love
Oh,
you. And I
thank you. I
love
love
your look,
yours.
by the way. It looks great, stunning. And yeah, I cannot wait to do this again. And
Yes.
see you soon.
Yes, you're welcome back anytime for a
Yeah.
podcast episode because I
Yeah.
tend to just drone on and I put myself to sleep. So this is great.
No, I just love talking. If you hadn't noticed it, I've
That's
been
great.
called
I
a
will take
professional
advantage of that.
yapper. Yes, you should actually, because I
Yeah.
need to put it to you somewhere. Because we have this system. Because, like I said, I'm in law school, so we have this thing in India. If whether you're in law or whether you're becoming a doctor, once you have done that, once you get your degree, we have this like ceremony basically of creating nameplates outside our homes. So there'll be like a huge nameplate. So for me, it would read out Advocate Fatima Imra, and underneath it, it would read out the course that I'm doing. So for me, it would be BBLLB. My sister, she likes to make fun of me, and she's going to say, and she says that my nameplate will read out Advocate Fatima Imra, BBLLB/PhD in Yapology, because I yap so much. So yeah, you should take full advantage of that.
I
I am
will.
here as long as I can be. So night times work out perfect for me because everybody
Right.
else is sleeping after their normal lives. But here's
Yes,
me trying to do everything together. But yeah,
that sounds
can't
great.
wait to do this again.
All right. Well, we'll keep in touch, obviously. but thank you very much for joining, and we'll talk soon.
Yes. So bye bye.
Great, bye.